Today's topic is...
why we love Dungeons and Lazers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to WAYPN. I'm Cal.
And I'm Sunny.
Today's topic is...
why we love Dungeons and Lazers, or more importantly, why we love community, or why it's important to have a good community.
Or how I stopped worrying and learned to love the bomb.
We're all too young for your Doctor Who memes, honey.
It's Dr. Strangelove, but anyway. So the point that we were making is that community is really important. I think that there's three really important aspects to community, which is openness, accessibility, and you.
And especially how the people make you feel when you're in that community as well.
Yes, so let me explain what I mean by these terms. So openness, I mean literally open. I think that communities should be public because I find that when it comes to online communities, the more private they are, the more strange they become.
Yeah, like some 3D printing groups.
Well, no, I can understand why those particular 3D printing groups are private because we don't have to say it.
We all know what's happening. The next point is accessibility. And by accessibility, we mean you feel you can post there. And that's exactly how it is with the Dungeons and Lazers fan page.
Yeah, it's a fan page, not actually the official page. I think we should have pointed that out earlier on.
Yeah, but the reason here is that you see painters of all levels and all skill sets. You've got crafters, painters, 3D printers, all sharing ideas, innovations, things that they've made. So you've got a whole group of people that you can take inspiration from, and every one of them can cater to every type of painter or hobbyist. So you have different types of people to relate to.
Now, by for you, what I meant was that it has to be a place where you feel that you can actually get some benefit out of it. For example, there's this group called
Evia Metal.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And they seem nice as pie. They seem humble. They seem friendly. But all of their models are showcase level, and there's this thing called upwards comparison. And if you are a painter, it is a killer. You're going to look there and you're going to get demotivated. Well, at least I feel. Some other people might feel like it's aspirational, but for me, I look there and I'm like, oh man, I can't compete with that.
Yeah, so if you feel that the group can be really the best group in the world, but being there will make you feel bad, then it's not a group for you. You need to be able to analyze if being there is going to be good for you.
Yeah, it's got to be something that's for you, even if they are great people.
Sometimes people may seem nice, but if they make you feel like you need to constantly walk on eggshells around them and you need to censor yourself and you've got that gnawing feeling in your gut, I think it's time for you to leave.
You're saying if a community makes you feel terrible, you should leave.
Yes.
Back to the positives, let's talk about the models themselves.
Yes, it's got the right amount of complexity. It doesn't have way too much detail that you feel that you need to constantly make it super complex. You can make it simple or you can make it complex if you want.
Dress up or dress down is what you said in another video.
Yes, so for example, we've got the stone tower piece up here right now. So we've got two types of styles that we've gone for. Simple moss and more textured moss. And they're both sort of different looks. So I could have gone for simple, or I could have just done a base coat and a dry brush and a wash, and it'll still look good and act as a terrain piece.
I feel like a lot of the GW terrain or Warhammer terrain is a vanity piece. When you take a look at it, it is so complex and it feels as if you have to go all in on it all the time.
Yeah, it takes away from the actual point of it being a background piece rather than it being a full-on model. Good terrain pieces should work well with techniques like dry brushing, washes, and contrast paints.
Yes, I 100% agree with this idea. The thing is that when it comes to terrain, we did 1,444 pieces of this stuff, and we really got a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I had have done that much Warhammer terrain, I wouldn't be here. I'd be literally insane.
Yeah, because like for example, the cathedral that we did, we could have done a simple, white cathedral, but it had enough space that we could get creative and create a marble cathedral instead.
Yeah, we did a marble effect, a really nice marble effect, and we even did a Moroccan castle with plaster and
texture paste. Yeah, it's that level of freedom and creativity that a piece gives you that makes you want to paint in the first place.
Actually, this has got me excited for painting again. So let's wrap up. What are the key pieces for community?
Openness, accessibility, and it's got to be right for you.
What makes a good model kit?
It's got to have the right amount of complexity.
You can dress it up or dress it down.
It's got to work well with dry brushing, contrast paints, and washes.
Yeah, totally.
And the final result that you get, be it simple or extravagant, it should always make you feel like you've done a good job.
You know what will help you do a good job each and every day?
I think I know.
Keep those brushes wet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, I hope we don't lose all the people who are subscribing just because they want to hear color psychology stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe they will have something new to look forward to soon.